Well, hello and howdy. My name is Christian, and I am a rideshare driver in Nebraska. I'm going to call my series Wit and Wisdom from the Midnight Rider. Just have too many stories not to share with people. Some are funny, some are serious, some are about advice, some are about just singing in the car and having a good time. But today I'm going to tell you a story about the first night that I drove. And the story goes something like this. All the names have been changed to protect the innocent and the not so innocent. It was probably my third or fourth ride. App comes across and says I need to pick somebody up in an industrial park out off of 80 going towards Lincoln. And the rider that I'm supposed to pick up is a guy named B. He's got his picture right there. Kind of twist and turn back in this industrial park, and it's only about 8 o'clock at night. Might have only been 7. And it's a Thursday. It's a day before Good Friday. First night ever. B comes running out. Okay, so here's the deal. You're going to be taking home one of my employees. Just had a little too much fun tonight. I said, okay, what's her name? It's C. I say, okay, well, have C come out and I'll get her home safe. He seems fine with that. He goes back inside and she takes several minutes to come out. I see a bunch of people leaving. So they must have had some sort of an employee party or something. And finally, C comes out. And she is a mess I can already see walking. Carrying her very large purse. Hair's a little tousled. Not walking straight. B helps her into the car. I help her get buckled. Her purse and its contents are falling everywhere. The first thing she says to me after we get her all buckled up is, "Oh, my boss hates me." I say, why? Because he hates me. I say, okay. That's fine. I'm just going to get you home. I'm glad you had a good time tonight. I didn't have a good time. Okay. I start to pull out, get back on the access road. She says, "Oh, you're going the wrong way." And I said, okay. Doesn't seem like you can really go anywhere else. But I turn around and humor her. Pretty much only a parking lot there. And she says, "This is the right way." And I said, "This isn't the right way." She goes, "No, I need to get something out of my car." Shh. Don't tell B. Okay. So I pull beside her car, put the car in park. She jumps out. Her stuff from her purse is falling everywhere. She grabs her purse, gets out of the car, gets in her car, immediately starts her car and starts to pull away. I say, no. I'm supposed to give you a ride home. She goes, "Nobody will know. Shh. It'll be our secret." And I say, "No, we're not going to do that. I need to get you home. That's what I was asked to do." And again, she shushes me and says, "Nobody will know." So reluctantly, I see her pull away. Oh, I failed to mention, she asked me to follow her home, which I did not want to do, but I have no idea what kind of responsibility or liability or anything I have for this person. So I follow her. And before we're even out of the parking lot, she's already running off the road. She pulls out. I'm following her. She doesn't take the highway, which is probably fine, but she's still on sort of a busier road. She's continually running off the road. I'm behind her as close as I can be, flashing my lights, trying to make sure that she's not going to run off the road and stays awake. Well, I follow her what plenty of twists and turns. The app's telling us to go this way, but she's going that way. And I know some people know where they live better than the app does, and that's fine. However, we went way out of our way. And suddenly she stops at a convenience store, rolls down her window, and I'm yelling at her again. She says, "Shh, I need snacks." Fantastic. She says, "Do you want beef jerky or chips?" I said, "I don't want anything. I would like you to get in my car so I can take you home, like B asked me to." She says, "Shh, nobody needs to know." Fantastic. So she goes inside. She's in there for quite a long time. Finally comes out, hands just full of stuff, carrying it like this, opens up her car door, drops it in, then starts looking for her keys, which she can't find. So I'm like, good, I'm going to get to take her home after all. Nope, she goes inside looking for her keys and passes the convenience store attendant, who comes kind of yelling at me saying, "Do you know this person? Are you responsible for her?" I said, kind of. And she says, "Well, you're going to make sure she gets home?" And I said, "I'm going to do my best." Well, finally, C comes back out, gets in her car, gives me some more shh again, and takes off. I failed to mention, I tried to explain to her that she was running off the road like 1,000 times, and I kept flashing my lights at her, and she's like, no. Fine. So I'm following her while she continues to run off the road. Several times, I'm flashing my lights at her, trying to keep her awake. Then we pull into what's known in the area where I live, in the metro area, as the DUI capital of the world. And she had already told me when I first picked her up that she's had 2 or 3 DUIs. Seems strange. Then we get into what is her neighborhood. According to the app, I can tell that we're supposed to be here. And according to the app, she passed her house. I'm kind of right on her behind because I'm trying to make sure that nobody knows she's running off the road over and over and over again. And she slams on her brakes and slams it in reverse, almost hits me. I slam mine in reverse as fast as possible and back up, and then she whips into her driveway to the left. And I stay out on the road, kind of looking at her, wanting to make sure she gets in the house, because that's the kind of person that I'm going to be. That's the driver I'm going to be. If I take somebody home, I want to make sure they get to where they're supposed to go. And she comes running out, tries to hug me awkwardly several times while I tell her no. I'm trying to pick up the stuff she left in my car and give it to her, but she wants none of any of that. She just wants her snacks. She had opened her garage door, but not all the way, or she opened it all the way, but she couldn't pull her car in because it was so full of junk. And she pulls up in, comes out, does that awkward hug thing, and then I said, "You just need to go inside, take some ibuprofen and drink some water and go to sleep." She says, "Oh, I will, but I have snacks." I said, "Fantastic." So she goes inside, pushes the garage door, bam, it comes down and hits her car. She closes her door. I roll up my window and drive away. Thank you for listening to me. This is Wit and Wisdom from the Midnight Rider.